You're listening to a 3CR podcast. 3CR is an independent community radio station based in Melbourne, Australia. We need your financial support to keep going. Go to www.3cr.org.au for more information and to donate online. Now stay tuned to hear the rest of your 3CR podcast.
We're putting up new buildings, we're knocking down the old. We're working in the summer heat and in the winter cold. And the labour power we sell, me boys, for a hard-earned weekly pay produces mighty profits for the greedy MBA. And whether we were born here or born in Italy, in Greece, in Spain or Ireland, in England or Fiji, we all of us are workers, united we must stand, until the wealthy bludgers have been driven from our land. We faced deregistration, it backfired in the face. We're not fooled by arbitration, we won't stay in our place. We hit the bosses hard and fast to win and keep our gains, and break a couple of concrete pours to back our log of claims. So keep your powder dry and hold your head up high. It's class to class and face to face, our limit is the sky. We've got a fighting history and we never will be cowed. Our builders' labour is a name to make a man feel proud.
Good morning from the Concrete Gang, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, 8:55 on your AM dial, 3CR Community Radio, 9:30, Sunday the 4th. Good morning. Today we've got the Bald Eagle. Good morning, brother.
How you going, man? A late inclusion, I think.
Yeah,
the gorilla's been hit with a tranquilizer dart or something, I think.
I'm a bit disappointed in the gorilla, I've got to say. I'm not upset, I'm just disappointed.
Disappointed.
Told me he was going to be in here today, and he did the old no-show. But It is Sunday morning, so I've got to give it to him.
He'll be disappointed in himself, I reckon.
Oh, I won't hear the end of it. It'll be my fault. He didn't say that or something. There'll be a reason. But what's been happening in your patch, mate?
We've been busy, flat out. The gorilla's still away, obviously, so...
You're doing a bit of his patch,
Got a bit of his patch, so...
He's coming back. He's off for holiday.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried.
So you got to tick all the little boxes?
I'd like to think so, but I doubt it.
I doubt it. I highly doubt it.
I doubt it too.
No doubt.
So I might have a couple of sickies early next week. Just I dodged a few bullets, but it should be right.
I'd be doing it later in the week because once he'll find out what you've messed up by the end of the week. Obviously, there's been a bit going on in our industry at the moment. Obviously, we're all a bit upset with the news we heard about, obviously, Clark's Cranes. The sentence was handed down.
Conviction handed down.
A $400,000 fine.
Not enough.
It's not enough. You know what I mean? Especially when you think the company gets insurance for that. Obviously,
their premiums might go up a bit.
The premiums go up. They insure for that. They obviously insure, and obviously the families will have a claim or whatever. You know what I mean? We've got a 48-year-old man who's lost his life, and a 28-year-old who's in a wheelchair, and a fine of $400,000.
Countless lives have been affected by it all. Yeah.
And his lawyers were saying we've got a good safety record. Well,
please
have a look at some of the stuff that's happening in his job.
Richmond,
you know what I mean? Richmond. Look at the crane.
Well, they were all within a few months of each other too, weren't they?
Exactly, and the record of maintenance.
There is none.
We got a job. We had a job at Brunswick where they kept tripping out. The electrical. All the electrics on the crane kept chipping out, so they'd be halfway through a load and it'd just stop. Lose power. So, to say, $400,000 is
when
ridiculous.
we're getting personal payment fines of way more than that.
Yeah, exactly. They're making union officials, pay gross amounts of money for doing their job, protecting workers and protecting pay and wages and conditions and protecting working class people. The other thing too is, they say, he took all reasonable steps and all this sort of stuff. Clark's Cranes took reasonable steps. Well, there's a green sticker program we've had in place, and we've been champions of it since the get-go.
Industry standard. Everyone does it.
Industry WorkSafe agree with it. The Crane Association of Victoria agree with it. All their members do it. But Clark's Cranes refuses to spend. It costs between $500 and $600, which is
less than a car rego for the year.
Less than a car rego. And what that is, for the listeners that don't understand, it's an independent person that goes over the crane before it goes up. Make sure everything's all kosher. Crane goes up. He goes through the whole crane. Has a list. Checks everything. Everything's up to go. Everything's right to go. It gets a green sticker on the side, so it's certified. The shoppy, the safety reps, the site managers, project managers, they all know.
Gives the builder a bit of peace of mind too. They know they've got a green sticker on it, just been done.
They all know it's right to go. It's got a crane person that's gone over it, an independent one, because any shoppy, you're not experts on cranes. You try to be experts as much as you want, but cranes are a bit of a different beast. They're over the top of the job. They're a major part of the job.
Major part.
And it's, we have the green sticker program for other parts of plant as well on the job, like the mobiles and all that sort of stuff. And, Clark's Cranes don't believe in it.
Believe in it.
He
just doesn't want to conform to what's right.
What's
basically.
right, which is... So we are extremely disappointed in it, you know what I mean? It's not enough.
We all fought that hard to get these industrial manslaughter laws in.
And obviously, at the time, after we got industrial manslaughter, this incident happened before industrial manslaughter was in, so it's not retrospective. If it was, the director of Clark's Cranes would be in jail, for industrial manslaughter.
We'd like to think so, anyway.
We'd like to believe so, no doubt that someone, WorkSafe or someone would have, intervened. Sorry, I've just got messed up. But intervened, they would have, WorkSafe or someone would have messed it up. We had the Camillo job where the apprentice got killed. WorkSafe fumbled that investigation, and no charges have been put on. But
with the scaffold one up in New South Wales,
Camillo one. It happened in Melbourne, and the apprentice, he fell and died, and no one was working with him, at the time. But our mail is WorkSafe's messed that investigation up. There'll be no serious convictions done because the investigation was
fumbled.
So, to the families of all those people involved, and even the workers, me and the griller were there that day, and Alex, mate, it was horrific. It was absolutely like the workers are trying to rescue. Before the fires got there,
in shock, concrete everywhere. Yeah,
concrete. It was in. They were trying to open up the steel. It was just chaos and carnage like I've never seen on a job in all my life. And I've dealt with deaths, and that one probably messed me up the most. And I know workers from that job. Some of them haven't returned back to the industry, and I'd say over 89% or 90% of them didn't return back to that job. So,
which is fair enough. What would you? Disgusting.
I hopefully now with industrial manslaughter we can get some change. I know the Secretary, Johnny, made a statement that, we are pushing the government. We want the green sticker program registered, so it's not an industry standard. It's enforceable. We think the government, it'd be an easy thing to enforce that. So we have independent roadworthies done on all major plant across Victoria.
Yeah, not just cranes.
Not just cranes, everything. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, it's not that big of a cost to the industry to do it. And it gives everyone peace of mind to make sure stuff's right. Especially when we're talking about tons equipments, like you see piling rigs. How many members we've had killed with piling rigs?
Well, one went over recently, didn't it?
Mobile cranes, tower cranes, all, excavators, forklifts, all this major plant. It should have an independent eye go over it, and we think it's a must. And I know we are pushing hard, and we've brought it up before, and we hope the government will bring it in by law.
Yeah.
So,
not to mention, I've seen a few crane trucks. They're trying to sneak crane trucks in on jobs as well,
which is a major no-no. But we don't cop them. For the listeners, we don't cop the trucks with the crane on the arm, so you just get there.
We don't know the credentials of the driver.
Dogman, there's no dogman. He just hooks up a load. There's no, we don't know what training, so we don't accept them on building sites, and and they're trying to do that. You see them a lot of the time, early days with a steel truck, like
dropping the steel off
and stuff like that. Really, don't you?
Yeah.
But so that's one thing. We tightening up on that, and obviously, like we said, industrial manslaughter. I don't want to see it ever get used. No one wants to see it ever get used because it means someone died in the industry. But we do want to see someone held to account because if one gets held to account, the rest will change their behaviour.
It'll wake them up for sure.
Exactly. So, very disappointed.
Yeah, anyway, this week, what have I been doing? Been going around a few drop. There's other thing, builders like, I went to a Hutchie's job, I'll name them. They say they've got their TMP plans in place. They're
Which
not
Hutchie? Bernie?
Yeah, mine and Bernie. Anyway, they are TMP plan. They're not utilising it. It's not being implemented. There's no good having all this paperwork in place if you're not implementing any of it. So there's a few issues on the job. That job went home for a day or so till they got their paperwork and their procedures up to scratch, you know.
So, yeah, traffic management, especially a big part of the job.
And the worst thing is don't come out and lie to us. If you got out, you got caught, we'll work through it together. Don't lie and make us out to be idiots, you know, because it always backfires on them. Oh, no, I've got this. You haven't got it.
You haven't got it. You just made it up.
Yeah. Just say you caught me out.
Put your big boy boots on and own up.
Yep.
The other one, mate, I wouldn't mind, I'm going to bring up is, have you seen the Liberals at the moment whinging about changes to super, please? Yeah. They've been after super for ages. That's why they deregulated the industry so banks can now go into different industries instead of having industry super funds, which are only there to profit members. Yeah. They're not there to profit anyone else bar their membership. That's why they opened it all up. But now they're whinging about Labor. And, you know, Labor is making changes to super. Let's not say they're not. If you're going to balance over $3 million, you're going to get taxed. Yeah. Well, whoopee-doo. Yeah. Like, serious? You got $3 million, you're doing pretty good. You're a good little saver. You should keep up it.
You've done all right.
You've done all right. $3 million, you know. Like, there's one, I think it's 1% of the population are going to be affected. There was like examples given where people are putting $6 million in at a time, so they beat dodge tax. You know what I mean? And all this, and using that acid and all that. It's a joke. We do have to tighten up on tax. For me, I believe $3 million is too big of a figure. You can bring that down a bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Till my figure gets up that high. But I highly doubt it's going to get that high.
You're doing well to get to the $3 million mark, mate.
Please. I was banking on winning the tax lotto on Thursday, and look where I'm at now. So, obviously, you know, you hear that. It just, you can see they govern for the rich. And even, like, you know, the government, like I'm no Labor hack, so I don't like them either. They both tell lies. But you see, even the government, like they're talking about the stage 3 tax cuts for the rich. Like the country's in debt. Let's start pulling in the money from the people that have got the most of it. You know what I mean? Some of these corporations, you know, Builders Labour on the job's paying more tax than BHP. You know what I mean? They're a multi-billion-dollar company.
Google and Qantas.
It is a joke, and you know, we need to tax the people that have got the gold. So I think, more the power to them.
More power to them. What else have we got going on? Plasterers still?
Plasterers. We might cut to a track, and then we'll come back.
Get to the plasterers.
Who are we going to, mate?
Same. Kane again.
Don't you know, they're talking about a revolution. It sounds like a whisper. Don't you know, talking about a revolution. It sounds like a whisper. While they're standing in the welfare lines, crying at the doorsteps of those armies of salvation, wasting time in the unemployment lines, sitting around waiting for a promotion. Don't you know, talking about a revolution sounds whisper. Poor people gonna rise up, get their share. Poor people gonna rise up and take what's theirs. Don't you know you better run, 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 run. Oh, I said you better run, 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 run. 'Cause finally the tables are starting to turn, talking about a revolution. Yes, finally the tables are starting to turn, talking about a revolution. observers, armies of salvation. Wasting time in the unemployment lines, sitting around waiting for a promotion. Don't you know, talking about a revolution sounds. And finally the tables are starting to turn, talking about a revolution. Yes, finally the tables are starting to turn, talking about a revolution. Oh no, talking about a revolution. Oh no, talking about a revolution.
How good's that song, Tracy Chapman? She's unreal.
Classic.
Classic Tracy. So, mate, what's been happening at the perennial, as Ralph would call them, Kane Construction?
Well, we went to... When did we go to the disputes? It'd be 2 weeks ago, wouldn't it?
2 weeks ago. So what's happened since then?
Well, they had to get their ducks in a row, Pro Image and Kane Construction. You know, it turns out there was only 4 people direct employed with one company. The rest were all under another. No work cover at all. No public liability.
No Inklink.
Nothing. Didn't know who the blokes were, and they're still trying to get paperwork and get it sorted 2 weeks down the track.
No record of payment to the blokes. No industrial instrument. Nothing.
Nothing at all. And to be fair, all Kane want to do is just get them back on. They've tried to get them back. The Stewart was off one day sick. They went back to work that day, so we came out the next day and got them back in work.
So they're sham contracting. You got no work cover. They got no co-invest, which co-invest is a state government fund. They're on a state government job, a school.
No, this one's an aged care, but but they got a lot of
government work, and they're renowned for doing this.
Yeah.
It's not the first time they've been caught. So
this is not. Yeah, this is. We actually got 2 jobs done.
Yeah.
Another major one, 120 Collins Street, I believe, as well. Same thing going on.
But we caught Kane's probably at the Northern Hospital and Clayton Hospital doing the same thing. You know what I mean? And they still keep winning government work. The government needs to step up and stop
giving contracts out to these people.
But put bigger penalties in place if you are doing this. Yeah, sweet. Get them. There's supposed to be a fair jobs code. If you keep breaching,
as it is now, we're the only ones policing it. We're the only ones doing anything about it.
Because we're the only ones that care. You know what I mean? It's not right. It's not right people on the job are getting rorted, because a lot of that stuff, man, they are getting rorted big time.
Big time.
A lot of it's migrant workers that are getting robbed for being migrants and not knowing any better. Yeah. Like we get stories, we've had them in the office. They come in, they haven't been paid for 4 weeks, they haven't done this, they've received nothing.
They get paid and then they have to give a portion of it back.
Yeah, back pay. We get them back pay and then they'll pay it back. They'll get stood over and have to pay it back. And then,
it's modern day slavery.
It is. It's modern day slavery, and everyone in the government doesn't really open their eyes. So I don't know what Dan's doing with his fair jobs code, but it doesn't seem to be working on the ground.
Or our 20 inspectors that were promised.
Oh, yeah. Well, please, I'll give you an example on WorkSafe. This is ridiculous. We had the Q. I've talked about it before, and I've gone into it for length. The collapse at Q. Well, they've got an investigator on the job while we're doing the demolition, pulling it apart.
Full
time, because they pull a bit of beam down. They say they want that beam, so
test the steel.
Delta cut it.
Yep.
They put it on a truck, and it goes back to wherever the government tested it, and he looks at all the bids and bods. Right. Well, our delegate rep Briggsy doing a great job.
Well, he's up against it out there, isn't he?
He's up against it. It's a hard job, and he's doing his best. I've even got to say, management on the team, everyone's working together. The incident's happening, and we're working through the issues, right? The bloke on there from the WorkSafe, the investigator, keeps calling them suspects.
Who? Our workers? Our members?
Our members. Oh, usually here, like our safety rep was there. You're a suspect. Look,
he was part of the problem.
I'm not an engineer, but to me, it looks like an engineer fault or a steel fault or a design fault.
Yeah.
That's not anyone who installed it. It got installed to the plans, to my knowledge, and the safety inspector, our safety rep, called for a welding inspector to go over and check the job for welds where he had questions and did everything, had all the right paperwork. They're not, suspects. That's ridiculous. The same bloke said he didn't want to deal with the unions. He'd call the cops because he didn't want to deal with the unions.
Yeah,
You know what I
grouse.
mean? Like, this is the level of ex-copper.
Yeah.
You know, power's gone to him. He's about 5 foot nothing. He's about as tall as you, waddling around. So I don't know what's going on there, but please,
Not ideal.
not ideal. What else has been happening, bros?
What else has been happening? Oh, well, we've got EBAs coming up, don't we? We've got
Yeah.
a pay rise, 1st of March. We should have got a pay rise.
So happy
Very
days.
important.
How much was that?
Mate, put it on the
It's
spot.
fine.
Yeah. I've actually got this. I can get it up.
Go on, mate.
If we keep
I'll put it on you. I'm saying it's 3.6. And plus, I think fares and travel went up as well with CPI. Am I correct?
Yes. Fair and travel, I think it went up $4 a day.
Yep.
Obviously, CW3 now is $53.74.
So what it used to be, what was the percentage?
Yeah.
Nah, I pulled out some big numbers. I got you there. But travel has gone up. hasn't
Travel's
it?
up to $52.50. Super's up to $265 a week. And from October the 1st, Incolink should have gone up as well. From this October, it'll be going up to $160 a week. So that's nearly doubled in a few years.
Yeah, and that was the point of the last agreement. I know Warren worked on that pretty hard. We got more insurances, we got all that, and we got the more money in your Incolink because obviously when you're out of work, that's what you need. It is a bit quiet. It's a bit quiet in the industry, in apartments and that sort of. It seems to be dying off, but a lot of the government work. There's a lot of government work and a lot of shopping centres.
Yeah.
There's a lot of all this.
Yeah, shopping centres seem to be ramping up, and obviously the government work, or the hospitals, the satellite hospitals.
There's like.
Lucky for the government work, otherwise we'd be in a bit of strife.
It would be in a bit of strife at the moment.
Not to mention
I reckon.
the infrastructure. So.
And we still, and I'm not harping on about it. I really want you to, when you're at home or whatever, check your Incolink, check your super, check your co-invest, make sure it's paid up to date because there is a lot of companies that are shaky that have come out of COVID. The government's calling in tax debt. The price of materials has gone up, and
I think a lot of them are getting caught out
And
because
they're
they were getting
price
that
jobs.
JobKeeper, and they weren't entitled to it, and now the tax department's saying, "Well, you owe us that money back,"
Yeah.
so they're tipping over,
and obviously our members are hurting,
and they can't blame us for that.
They can't blame us. So, and there's and obviously, so check that. The other thing is, there's a lot of work coming up. I know it was in the paper this week. I know in my area, Box Hill, there's like $6 billion getting spent on around the shopping centre and all that in apartments and all that coming up. So I know the local council there's blown up, but the state government's pushed them ahead apparently. So, and that's a lot of that's bulk of that's around the shopping centre in the shopping centre. So
Yeah, even Frankston shopping centre, they're looking for an upgrade soon too. So
yeah, and obviously the hospital in Frankston, where is that at? Is that
still piling,
still piling? Where's
Yeah.
the form workers supposed to roll out there?
Not for another month or so at least. I think off the top of my head last time, I think they still had about 200 poles to go.
Yeah,
So
there's
still a way off yet, but it's employing a lot of people. And
There's still a lot of work around though, because obviously that's civil. They're still looking for blokes, especially chippies and all that. There's a lot of that. I know if you're a precaster, I know they're looking. Like I was talking to the two precast organisers. All the companies in precast are looking for concreters, steel fixers, form workers with precast experience. So if you do that scope of works, call the office and they'll be able to steer you into
in
one.
the right direction. And long weekend coming up.
Long weekend. What are you doing for the long weekend, mate?
Going to Bonnie Doon.
Go on the Bonnie Doon with Corey.
No, I don't know if Corey's going.
He's a Bonnie Doon boy.
Yeah, he's a Bonnie Doon boy.
All right. And obviously, coming up, change a ticket too.
Yeah,
so
that's right. Change the ticket coming up.
Obviously, the bill's gone out this week, so get in, fix your ticket up. We had a great return last time, biggest ever.
As quiet as it's been, we've got record membership, so something's going right.
We're doing something right. We're leading into an EBA campaign. Nothing says strong workplace like everyone being in the union. So best ticket in town, get it in, pay it up.
Pay it up.
Be
happy. Be proud.
Be paid up and proud. Better go into scallywags. So, who we got first? Well, I'm going to say Clark's Cranes.
Clark's Cranes, yeah, walk up start.
Walk up start, and we said it before. Gonna nominate the Liberals for the super, trying to make it, they're looking after the working class when it's only 1% of the population that's affected. And even I saw that David Koch. Doesn't he look like a grub? He's got grub written all over him. He was going on about Labor's going to attack the family home. Yeah. He's going to attack. Labor's going to attack the family home with negative gearing. Well, if it's a family home, it's not negative geared because you're living in it. So I'm not a good communist, and I'm probably not the smartest tool in the tool shed, but didn't take Blind Freddy to work that out. So, and probably Koshy's probably got about 20 homes. So I'll nominate them. Kane's Construction.
Minicon, exposing blokes to work.
Minicon.
To asbestos.
That terrible precaster, Walker's Precast, mate. Apparently they're supplying state government jobs. No EBA. They haven't paid super for 7 months. Their safety record.
Are they owned by Element 5?
No, I believe they used to be.
Oh, right.
So, but, shit finds its own level, and they were in the cahoots for a while. So that's where that is. So nominating them. They work out of Colac and Ballarat.
2 yards.
2 yards. No good, mate. Their OH&S is bad. We've got Plant Group. They're more sookies, so I'll put them in the sookies in a minute. We've got R&F Construction, Brunswick, First Aid Shed, toilets, disgusting, nothing really in place, terrible. And Clark's Cranes, one dogman, you know what I mean? So
one dogman to a job.
One dogman. So that dogman's running up a 8-story building up and down. He's like Usain Bolt.
Very. How efficient is that?
How safe is that? Yeah. That's why we have 3, because we have a 4-man crane crew, 3 on the hook, because it's shown to be safer. So who are we going for there, mate? You got any other
Clark's
ones?
Cranes.
Clark's Cranes, yeah. Got to give it to Clark's. Now, Sookie Lalas. Obviously, Clark's will be sooking up for his insurance premiums going up to pay his fine. Obviously, the Liberals are sooking about super. Koshy's sooking about negative gearing. And who else is sooking?
Kane want their plasterers working. Don't even know who they are.
Canes want their plasterers working, but they don't even know who they are. And Plant Group Australia sooking up, or Plant Group sooking up about...
What are they sooking about?
Unions haven't allowed to enter site whenever they want with right of entry and powers to go in to look up. That's wrong. It shouldn't be.
State and federal papers.
Exactly. We've all been through the loop. So who are we going with?
Can Clark's get the double bang or what?
I'd like to give it to Clark's, but I think they won it last week as well.
Right,
so I'll give it to Clark's because he deserves it.
What about double Clark's and Kane?
Ooh, Clark's and
Kane aren't doing anything to rectify this situation.
I really want to give it to the Libs. Clark's, they're both in cahoots.
Yeah.
Clark's and the Libs. Sookie Lala, Dutton, Mr. Potato Head.
Mr. Potato Head.
So, and we'll go out the same old way. Dare the struggle.
Dare to win.
If you don't fight,
you lose.
See you from the Concrete Gang. Have a great weekend. For Walker panels, we'll go out for Walk Like an Egyptian.
Egyptian. Walk like an Egyptian.
You've been listening to a 3CR podcast produced in the studios of independent community radio station 3CR in Melbourne, Australia. For more information, go to allthews.3cr.org.au.